This, my friends, is the Swish Edition.
Hey, Dale.
What's up?
I'm just chilling like a villain. What about you?
The same, I guess. I'm freezing.
You're freezing. Well, that's because it's February, and it's
snowing.
It's not Vegas.
The global pop culture phenomenon. Swish Edition with Dale and Scott. Coast to coast. Downloaded in 140 countries. Every week. This is the Swish Edition. System activate.
To the world. This is the Swish Edition.
International sensation.
Downloaded in 140 countries. Every damn week. The Swish Edition. The Swish Edition. The Swish Edition.
You're listening to the Swish Edition.
Did you know the male bee is nothing but the slave of the queen? And once the male bee, has serviced the queen, the male dies. All in all, not a bad system.
That was Cloris Leachman on the old Mary Tyler Moore show. In a classic pie scene. And people from the Mary Tyler Moore show will know what that's all about. We're going to talk about Cloris later in the show. Welcome back to the Swish Edition. This is episode 310. It's Groundhog's Day.
Hey!
Groundhog Day.
I don't know what sound the groundhog makes.
He's a rodent that lives in a tree stump, I guess.
Lives in the ground.
Yeah. So, did a little research. Of course, we taped this show the day before, so we can't tell you what the groundhog saw this morning.
No. I have an idea. I'm willing to place a bet.
Are you?
Yes.
All right.
He does not see his shadow.
You don't think he does not? So if he does not see his shadow, that means an early spring.
Yeah. The whole Northeast is going to be cloudy and snowy and rainy, so how could he?
Right. And then if he does see a shadow, that means 6 more weeks of winter. So if it's a sunny day, that's bad. If it's a cloudy day, it's good. And you're right. There's a huge storm going on. So,
right.
And he does come out in Pennsylvania. His name is Punxsutawney Phil, right?
Yes, that's right.
A little background information. 2021 will be the 135th time that Phil comes out to see or not see his shadow.
That's an old rodent.
Yeah. It's been many over the years, I'm sure. Phil, this is from the website, okay? The official website in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. Phil will be wearing a mask this year, which is so stupid.
That sounds mean.
Because I don't think that groundhogs can get COVID.
No.
But I don't know. I mean, if tigers and bears can, maybe groundhogs can. The ceremony will be closed this year to fans, so it will.
And wouldn't they feel bad if they can get COVID?
Yeah.
And they expose this poor groundhog, and they put him back, and it infects all the groundhogs of Pennsylvania, and then they can't have this next year.
That's why he's going to wear a mask, Dale. You're right. It turns out that his track record is pretty shitty over the years. It's not even 100% accurate. It's not even 50% accurate. Apparently, they went back and looked at since 1887. Phil and his predecessors have seen their shadow 104 times and not seen it only 19 times. And according to some almanac, he's only been right about 39% of the time.
Well.
So his track record's not. That's a failing grade, people.
Right.
That's a failing
That's failing.
grade.
That's an F.
Yeah. I mean, you got to do, what is it, 60 or better, right? to get a passing grade.
Right.
Anyway, maybe he needs to go back to school. Anyway, happy Groundhog's Day. It's probably a good day to break out Groundhog's Day, which actually the movie I don't think is on one of the streaming platforms. So I think you need to pay for it if you want to watch it. I think I checked that out recently.
Did you?
Yeah. I got some breaking news for you, Dale.
Oh, no.
We got a bunch of breaking news. Things that just came out right before we went to press.
Yeah.
It turns out we've been talking about the new Sex and the City reboot, which is called And Just Like That, which is coming to HBO Max. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to start filming later this spring. Sarah Jessica Parker has revealed that the new reboot will address how the COVID-19 pandemic affects sex and social lives.
We knew it. We knew it.
We talked about this last week.
By the way, Groundhog Day is on AMC. So if
Oh.
you have an AMC Plus membership, you can stream it.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
You just looked that up?
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Yeah.
Isn't technology wonderful?
I know.
Anyway, so Sex and the City will be wearing masks, I guess, and they'll probably be bedazzled. I'm sure that Carrie
You can't-
Bradshaw
exactly.
would match her mask to her shoes, probably. SJP also says,
And isn't your underwear supposed to match your shirt?
I thought your underwear was supposed to match your socks. I don't know. Does your underwear have to match anything? Nobody sees it until you get naked.
It's one of those things where if you're ever in a
Accident?
a medical situation,
Right.
and the doctor's like, "Oh, look at this fucker wearing blue underpants and a red shirt or
That is
something."
so stupid. Nobody.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
that's not a thing. That is not a thing.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
I mean, I think some people match their socks to their shirt, but I'm not sure about their underwear.
Yeah, I don't know.
SJP also says that they're going to look at how social media plays a new role in sex and social lives. Oh, duh. I mean,
It
that's
sounds-
nothing new,
Sounds
Sarah
like this is
Jessica.
going to be more boring than the originals.
I think it might be. I mean, get with the times. Oh, my God. If I was in charge of this reboot, I'd 86 COVID, I'd 86 social media, and I'd 86 cell phones because they didn't have cell phones back when
Right.
they originally did the series. I would just get right back in there and just pretend like,
Right.
I mean, they can't pretend they're in their 20s and 30s, but they can pretend they can be 50, but just forget all the things that are going on nowadays.
I know.
I mean,
It
nobody
doesn't-
wants to see that.
Doesn't make it fun.
Doesn't make it fun. More breaking news. Ready?
Ready.
Where is my breaking news button when I need it, Dale? Marshmallow news is what this is all about. Peeps is finally returning just in time for Easter. Easter this year is April 4th. If you didn't know, it's sometimes it's in March, sometimes it's in
Yeah.
May. I mean, it
It's one of
moves
those-
around.
It's one of those weird things.
Yeah, it has to do with something that I don't understand. I mean, it's like,
Jesus.
well, it has to do with that, but it's a weird thing because, we
But the
celebrate
thing-
Christmas
But the thing is,
on the
if-
same day every year.
if Jesus did rise from a dead, it's on a day, right? And not a day that fluctuate.
And it wouldn't always be on a Sunday,
Correct.
right? And
Yeah.
people always say he's risen. Always on a Sunday? Really?
Another reason.
might have
that
been
I
a
find
Wednesday.
That whole thing bullshit.
All
But
right.
I like the ham dinner.
Yes, that part we like.
I like the commercialism of all the holidays.
And I like the Peeps.
Yeah.
Peeps went out of production sometime last summer, and they announced that they were going to be skipping Halloween, Christmas, and this coming Valentine's Day later this month because of COVID. But now they're back. The assembly line is up and running, and they will have Peeps in time for Easter. And they're releasing a new flavor this year.
I'm excited about this.
It's called the Hot Tamale Spicy Peep.
yeah.
A spicy Peep. Just like,
I would try it.
yeah,
I would try it.
just like McDonald's is getting,
Because I like the hot tamale candies.
yeah. I assume it's going to taste a little bit like that.
Just a texture difference.
Yeah.
I also heard that they're coming out with watermelon.
Watermelon Peeps. Nice.
That would be yummy.
I would think so.
That would be good in a nice cocktail. You get some, what is that watermelon? Like that watermelon pucker?
Yeah, it's a Kuiper.
Midori.
Yeah.
Midori. And make some sort of like martini and
Put a little...
cut a peep in half. Or maybe float them on top. Float them on
float 'em
top.
on top or
Yeah,
have
with
them
a-
sit on the rim.
With a sugared rim. Yeah.
Yeah, I like
That
it.
would be fun.
Oh, that little rock
Stick a
salt
straw
stuff.
through them.
Right, there you go.
That's the best part.
Maybe that could be one of our new signature drinks here in the underground bar that we're
Now
building.
you got me excited.
I'm very excited. We're going to have to go buy some
Peep cocktails.
Peeps. We'll have a whole Peep cocktail. we should be up and running by April 4th.
God, I hope so.
Yeah,
I'm hoping we're running by March 1st.
we shall see. We're running into delays, people.
Yeah.
Delays. More candy news, Dale?
Mm-hmm.
The Turkish high-end chocolatier,
This one makes me sad.
known as Godiva. Everyone knows Godiva chocolates. They're closing all 128 of their North American retail stores,
Wow.
3 of which were in the Vegas area
Yeah.
when we were there. But they're still going to be selling their stuff online. They're also keeping their Middle East, European, and China stores open.
Maybe
So the Chinese people get to have Godiva and the Americans don't?
I mean, I like their stuff, but maybe they're just not selling in America. I mean, if your product wasn't selling in the country, you'd pull out, right?
You don't close stores if they're doing well.
Right.
Right.
It's weird that they're closing the entire market.
You said you pull out. It was like, if it doesn't feel good, you pull out.
Right. So it must be really, really bad if the whole North America shops are all closing, not just like half and keeping like major markets or closing all of them.
I'm kind of surprised that they only had 128 North American stores, though. I mean, it's a huge brand.
I always found them sometimes hard to find because you would think they would be in every mall, but they're not.
Godiva. Didn't we have one in D.C.? We must have had one in D.C.
We had one, yes. It was right on Connecticut Avenue.
Yeah.
It was a little small thing, which is all you need for a chocolate shop. They weren't making the chocolates there, obviously. They were probably being shipped in.
They're made in Turkey. I think. I've been to Turkey. Have you been to Turkey?
I have not.
I've been to Istanbul.
Yeah.
Not Constantinople. All right. We talked about this morning when we were having our coffee. Yeah. I want to know why all these different companies are releasing their Super Bowl ads a week early. They're online. You can watch tons of them.
I know.
Doesn't that ruin the spectacle and the surprise of watching the Super Bowl?
Right. And my thought is that you're spending all this money to produce and then air your commercial that maybe you just want to get
as much playtime as possible.
Much playtime as possible,
I guess,
because you do know that once they air during the Super Bowl, they still play sometimes, but they're always those shortened versions,
right.
So you never get the whole thing afterwards because, I suspect it's expensive to run commercials.
But I guess if you're going to spend a couple $1 million to produce a commercial, you want as many people to see as possible, right?
You want to get his run through.
So if you guys like this kind of thing, you can certainly go and watch them. Maybe
they have to all be on YouTube by now.
Oh, they are. I will post a couple to our Facebook page. So just a couple.
Okay, so are you a hypocrite now because you're saying why are they doing it, and do you want to keep it a surprise for our people?
No, I'm going to tell them a couple of the ones that are coming out. Yeah, okay. I'm going to ruin it for them. Spoiler alert, people. Hey, I only watch the Super Bowl for the fucking commercials and the halftime show.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm still excited about it. Maybe I won't watch these videos. Maybe I'll wait. But this doesn't ruin it for me. Pringles is going into space. They're going to have a space capsule land, and I guess the first thing they want is Pringles. I don't know. Tide, the laundry detergent company, has got Seinfeld actor Jason Alexander. Mm-hmm. I guess all he does nowadays is commercials.
Right.
Frito-Lay has both Eli and Peyton Manning, along with their father. So that'll be fun. Mm-hmm. Now, this is the one that I'm looking forward to. Uber Eats. Uber Eats has Wayne's World. They brought back Mike Myers and Dana Carvey to reprise their roles.
Where are they now?
Yeah, right? I mean, they're both probably in their 60s.
Has Mike Myers not done anything since several years ago?
No, he's done a lot of stuff. I mean, he was the International Man of Mystery.
That's what I'm referring to. But that's been several years ago.
And then he's done some other stuff. He's done some dramatic roles, and I don't know what these people are doing. Why do you put me on the spot? Mm-hmm. Doritos has Mindy Kaling and Jimmy Kimmel in their ad. Michelob Ultra has a lot of sports stars like Serena Williams and Mia Hamm and Usain Bolt. That's fun. Usain Bolt. What kind of name is Usain? What do you call Usain? What's his nickname? You.
Shut up.
Frequent big players like Budweiser, Pepsi, and Coke. I mean, Pepsi and Coke are the huge ones, right?
Yeah.
They're sitting out this year. They're donating their funds that they would have spent on Super Bowl commercials towards COVID vaccine messaging.
So is the halftime show still going to be Pepsi?
I don't know. I mean, if they're sitting it out, then maybe it's going to be sponsored by Uber Eats or somebody else.
And you want to know something, an interesting fact that I read?
I do.
That the what are those horses called that Budweiser always uses in their commercials? The Clydesdales.
Yeah.
You know who's using them this year?
A different company?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
The Boston Beer Company. What is that called?
Oh, Sam Adams?
That's the one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So you will see Clydesdales, but it won't be Budweiser.
So Anheuser-Busch doesn't have the exclusive rights to use Clydesdales in their commercials.
How would you do that?
No, I mean, you can't just claim an entire breed of animal for yourself.
That'd be like, Pepsi wanting the polar bear.
Right. Well, I would think it would be like if Progressive really wanted to, they could put a fucking Geico in their commercials, right? I mean... Geico doesn't belong to one insurance company.
Can we say that Progressive, regardless of what their products are,
yes,
how much fun would it be to work in their their commercial
their ad department?
Yeah, because it's not just Flow.
No, they have all kinds of stuff.
And this new stuff, I'm loving. I'm loving this. How to unbecome your parents. Right. They are the best commercials.
Those are really good.
They're
entertaining.
They're very funny.
They really are. Dale, we watch too much TV that we know about all these commercials.
But is this something new where one company has commercials that are completely different from one another? I mean, they're completely opposite. You have Flow.
Yeah.
And then you have this.
Well, Geico does the same thing. They have their Gecko commercials, and then they do other stuff too.
Yeah, it's got to be a lot, but they're very fun.
They have a lot of. I didn't know insurance was that friggin' lucrative that they could spend so much money on.
How can it not be? It's something that you're required to have, which is bullshit.
Right, and hardly. I mean, you're right. And when's the last time we used insurance?
Right.
We pay for it, but don't use it.
I know.
So
it's a crime.
That's where all of our money is going.
To buy something.
I agree.
But what are you going to do?
I don't know. Some sad news that just came in right before we sat down to tape the show. Dustin Diamond, best known as Screech Powers on the original version of Saved by the Bell, has died.
Wow.
Yeah, only 44 years old.
Yeah, I saw that. And you know what's surprising to me is I never knew his last name, his character's last name.
Oh, you didn't know Screech had a last name?
Yeah, did you
Screech
before
Powers.
you wrote this?
When I saw it on the news thing, yeah, I guess I can.
And I used to watch it all the time. It was just Screech.
Yeah. So he was diagnosed with something just a month ago.
Whatever it was, I read it was he was diagnosed 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, it happened very fast.
Very
Apparently,
fast.
It turned out to be stage 4 lung cancer.
Yeah.
And,
wow.
He has passed away. He was on seasons 2 through 7. He wasn't in the first season.
Mm-hmm.
He was also not involved in the Peacock reboot, which we've talked about on the show before.
Right.
Although he did self-lobby to get himself involved.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone else wanted him on there.
Well, he had a past.
He's been kind of creepy since Saved by the Bell.
Since the original. So I think it's kind of understandable that he was not included.
Okay, but I saw this thing. You know Me TV that shows all the old sitcoms and old shows.
Yes.
I watch Me TV all the time. They've got Green Acres, which I love. They called him a 1990s icon.
Yeah.
Seriously?
I don't know about icon.
Screech is not an icon.
Well, I guess it depends on how you define icon. Icon, I think,
Whitney Houston is an icon.
Is someone who could be looked up to, who had a big presence during that thing.
That would be, if we're talking about TV, that would be someone like.
But iconic, your
Magnum
definition
PI
is
might
just
be.
something that defines a decade. Then maybe, because Saved by the Bell defined the 90s.
It was a Saturday morning television show.
Yeah, but everyone knows it.
I guess.
You could go to anyone and say, who is Screech? And they're going to tell you, oh, it's that kid from Saved by the Bell.
I think too many people throw around the icon.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah, or superstar. I love it when they say someone mediocre is a superstar. Like,
what do you say when someone dies?
No, you have to say nice things.
Dustin Diamond, this mediocre.
But it's funny. I saw someone recently talk about Taylor Dane, who was a big 80s.
She had like 5 songs.
She had a bunch of songs, but she was a big singer. But they called her a superstar.
No.
Taylor Dane is not a superstar.
No.
Michael Jackson is a superstar.
Taylor Dane's not a superstar. That's why you see her at pride parades
and
doing concerts in a basement,
casinos, right?
Right.
Or at Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago, which she got a lot of shit for.
Oh my God.
Also, news out just yesterday. Legendary singer Tony Bennett, who I love. Everyone loves Tony Bennett. He's old as shit, and he's got a great voice.
Yeah.
Apparently, he's been dealing with Alzheimer's disease for the past 4 years, but still doing pretty good.
I know you would have never known it
Right.
from the. I mean, he just recently did that Christmas thing with Lady Gaga,
Right.
and it's been announced that since then they just came out with the new album today.
Yeah, no,
I
it
think
didn't come out today. It's coming out sometime this spring.
Oh,
Lady Gaga and Bennett recorded this new jazz album sometime back in 2018, between 2018 and 2020.
gotcha.
And it's coming out this spring.
Yeah.
Their first collaboration together where they do duets came out in 2014. It was called Cheek to Cheek, and it rocketed up to the top of the charts.
Yeah. I remember they did the Baby It's Cold Outside, and that was good. Weren't they like in a bookstore or something?
Yes, I remember the video. Yeah, I remember that.
Right.
Well, she's got an amazing voice. I mean, you saw her at the inauguration.
Yeah.
And, of course, most of her stuff is, most people know her for her pop songs and stuff, but she really does have a great voice.
And we learned this morning during the interview with Tony Bennett's wife that during this new album that's coming out soon, that Lady Gaga did know of the issues, but things went fine, and it should be a fun listen.
And that he still remembers every lyric to every song he's ever sang.
Yeah. But she also said like he sings every day, which I guess is good.
Yeah, you got to keep working.
Is good for someone with that type of disease. Like you gotta work for it now. Yeah. It's not just
you can't just sit on your
secondhand knowledge.
Well, and I watched my grandmother. Eventually died of Alzheimer's, and she lived for a long time with the disease, and she went from, she wouldn't be able to remember lyrics 4 years in to her diagnosis. Right. She didn't even know my name.
Right.
But she also just sat on her ass and, didn't really have a lot of activity, so it's not like she was getting up and singing every day. So having things to do,
you got to have something
really
to do.
does prolong your life.
Yeah.
There has to be a reason to get up every day.
You got to be active.
You can't just get up every day and go sit on the couch and sit there and watch TV all day.
Right.
You're not going to live long doing that.
Well, that's what I do.
No, you don't. You've got projects. You stupid. You've got projects.
You stupid.
We do projects every day, people. Every day.
Oh God.
Today what did we do today? I don't know what we did today. You got the mail today.
I did get the mail. I got it twice because something came to the door and the mailbox.
A little Walking Dead news.
Yes.
Andrew Lincoln, who played Rick on the long running show, he played Rick Grimes, and he left
on The Walking Dead. You didn't
on the
say
Walking. I didn't say The Walking Dead.
No, you just said the long running show.
Let me start over. The Walking Dead star Andrew Lincoln has confirmed when the long-awaited Rick Grimes spin-off movies will begin filming.
Oh, I can't wait.
Lincoln, he's British. He lives in England. He left the long-running show about 2 years ago, and they announced that he would be back for these movies, these standalone movies about his character. They're finally going to start producing these movies either this spring or summer, as soon as he's allowed to leave my country. His country being England, I believe. Yeah. So maybe we'll see them sometime in 2022.
Maybe, but what this reminds me of is that we got to be just a couple or a few weeks out of the return of The Walking Dead with the last episode from the previous season that we've been waiting forever.
Yeah, there are 6 episodes coming, and they start later this month. Yeah.
I think it's late in the month.
I think it's late in the month. I think it's one of the last Sundays.
All right, so 4 weeks, maybe.
But remember, Rick left in that helicopter with these people that we don't know. And nothing's been done about that.
I know.
Since.
I suspect that's going to come soon. Or, you know what? Maybe they're going to be saving that for when they decide that they've had enough and they're going to do their final season.
Yeah.
And maybe he was taken to like this really cool place. Like maybe these people are nice people. I don't know.
It would be nice to see nice people on that show for a change.
Right.
Instead of every person that they come across being like the arch evil.
How long has it been since we've seen the last episode of Walking Dead? It's over a year ago.
No, I don't think it's been a year, but it's been a long time.
Feels like it.
You're right.
God.
Golden Globe news. How about that?
Uh-oh.
Oh, this is fun because what's your favorite season, Dale? Awards.
You
guys know what that's from?
Oh my God!
So that's
maybe not because we're late to the game on this.
That's
so
Moira Rose's favorite season.
It's
is
new to
awards
us.
season. Of course, Moira Rose is one of the characters on Schitt's Creek, which we're almost getting to the end of. We still have not finished it yet.
I really want her to do something, but be in that. It doesn't have to be Moira, but she has to keep that voice and that
voice
accent
is so great.
And that it's.
I just love
she's so great.
It's very hard to imitate her. I was lying in bed the other night. I couldn't sleep, and I was trying to imitate her and trying to get her voice. It's the way she. I can't even. I'm not even going to pretend to do it right now. She opens
her mouth really wide, but kind of. It's kind of.
And she over enunciates.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really funny.
It's the great. She's one of the best parts of that whole show.
I think she is the best part of the show. Anyway, the 78th annual Golden Globes kicks off award season. It's coming this year, February 28th, which is much, much later than normal.
Mm-hmm.
Tina Fey is coming back with Amy Poehler, and they're going to host it. And they've always been the best. I think they've done it 3 times before in the past.
Yeah, easily.
Ricky Gervais does it sometimes, but...
Well, he's never done. He's done. You know he's done, right? Because...
Well, I don't know. They keep saying he's done, and then he keeps coming back.
Yeah,
so.
But the last time... And you should go back and watch the opening dialogue.
Oh, I've watched them all. They're so great.
But watch his last opening dialogue. He's not coming back. Because he went out with literally a bang. Like, he put the nail in his... Golden Globes coffin.
His Golden Globes coffin. Yeah, he does. He's not afraid to piss people off.
I thought it was great. It's funny. Yeah. It's
I love his
awkward,
humor,
and it makes you feel uncomfortable sometimes when he says something, and then the
Yes.
camera goes to that person that he's talking about.
Right.
But he was great.
Yeah, like a gerbil up Richard Gere's.
Right.
I mean,
because this
that's the kind of stuff he talked about.
But isn't it the one where this is where they drink at the table?
Yeah, there's big table. Yeah, but can they do that this year? I don't even know if they can do that. Is it going to be all virtual? It's going to suck.
What was the last awards that we saw? And we saw like there were booths along the end, and then there were tables very, very spread out. Remember that?
I don't, but
was it like MTV or something?
Maybe, but the Golden Globes is usually lots of rounds, and all the stars are at the rounds, and they put movies and people and TV people together, and people that are on the same movie are sitting at a table together, and they drink, and that's what makes it fun.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Maybe it's all virtual.
But if Tina and Amy are hosting it, it should be funny, at least, even if no one's there. Anyway, they announced that Jane Fonda will be getting the coveted Cecil B. DeMille Lifetime Achievement Award. Of course, she's currently starring on Grace and Frankie. And then Norman Lear, who has produced literally everything, produced and created. So all the classics comes from the 70s, like All in the Family, Sanford and Son, The Jeffersons, Maude, Good Times, One Day at a Time, Different Strokes. I mean, he's done it all.
Yeah.
And now he's producing the Live in Front of a Studio Audience with Jimmy Kimmel, where they bring back his old scripts with new people, which is super fun. I hope more of those are coming.
No, those are fun. Is this because both of these people are expected to die soon?
That's horrible. Well, Norman Lear is almost
true.
Well, Norman Lear is almost 100 years old.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying.
And
this.
Jane Fonda's in her upper 80s.
Right.
So yeah, these people, they give them to people who have had a huge body of work.
Although if you watch Grace and Frankie, you would never guess how old that woman was.
No,
she does not act her age.
No, she doesn't act her age, but she definitely has had a lot of work done. I mean, her skin is so tight. I don't know how she bends over. But so Norman Lear is getting the Carol Burnett Award, which was just started just a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And did you know that he actually was the producer and creator behind the movies like Stand By Me and The Princess Bride?
No.
In addition to all those great sitcoms?
No, I had no idea.
Yeah, I didn't know that either until today. Anyway, Norman Lear, Jane Fonda, hopefully they'll still be around on February 28th.
Right.
Celebrities have been dying left and right.
You don't tell me.
Poor Cicely Tyson died this week. She was, Cicely Tyson was amazing, and I know there's been a lot of tributes for her lately on TV and different shows. But she was probably one of the first actresses that I ever even knew of, because one of the first things I ever remember watching was the autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman, which she made in 1976. And have you ever seen that?
No.
It's absolutely amazing. It was a TV movie, and they aged her. She was in her like 30s when she made this, but at throughout the thing, she ages, and at one point she was 100 years old, and they aged her, and it was just amazing. And it was groundbreaking for the time, and she was amazing in it. And of course, she's been in a million things, but she was really great, and that's why I remember her. Cool. She died just a few days ago.
Well, it was just weird that we had seen the most recent interview on CBS This Morning, and then like the very next day,
she was dead.
She was on Ryan and Kelly,
right?
And then she just went away.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
Crazy. And she just died in her sleep. She just had enough. So, talking about dead celebrities, because this came up, it was very sad for me. We were sitting in our brand new, kind of half-finished basement here, and I found out late on last Wednesday night, that Cloris Leachman died. Cloris Leachman was amazing. She was not only an Emmy winner for all of her TV work, but she was also an Oscar winner.
Mm-hmm.
She could do everything. She was funny as shit. She's been around forever. She was, like I said, at the top of the show. She was on the Mary Tyler Moore Show as Phyllis. She had her own spinoff called Phyllis. She was in a million things. She was in Malcolm in the Middle. She was in Raising Hope on Fox. She did a million movies. One of the best is obviously the Frankenstein movie.
The Bride of Frankenstein?
No, it's actually in this clip. It's not coming to me at the moment because I didn't write it down. But anyway, she was amazing. And she actually agreed to do...
this is still shocking.
An interview with us back in 2013.
That's how long ago it was?
8 years ago.
Jeez.
She was on this show. And what was so funny about it, she did the interview from a bed in her son's house in Florida, her son George's house. And she really wanted us to hurry up with our questions because she wanted to go to dinner. But she couldn't stop laughing at herself. And
it was an interesting interview.
It was really fun. And I got a really kick out of it. And I thought you guys might get a kick out of hearing just about 3 minutes of that interview because it was kind of fun. All right, so we're going to call up Cloris Leachman right now. All right, so Cloris Leachman is a Hollywood legend, and there's nothing this woman can't do. She was in one of my favorite movies of all time, Young Frankenstein. She's won 9 Emmys, an Oscar for The Last Picture Show, and she's currently starring as Mama on Fox's Raising Hope. Welcome to the show, Cloris.
Thank you, darling. Thank you.
So last night, I was flying back from Las Vegas back here to Washington, and I was watching episodes of Raising Hope on my iPad, and I kept waking up the people around me because I was laughing so hard. It is.
I walk out of the set, and I start laughing, and nobody stops me. They just do it over again. We just keep laughing.
Well, it's so
outrageous. They're just outrageous things. It's not like normal humor.
It is so over the top and very unique. When they brought the show to you, and they said, "We want you to play this character." I mean, it's the most outrageous thing ever, isn't it?
Well, I did. Second, the Malcolm in the Middle, as I did there, his grandmother. That was outrageous. I couldn't even believe what I was doing in that show. But this is even wilder. It's just wild.
Now,
you just wonder how they come up with these ideas.
It is great. There must be some really creative writers. Either they're on drugs or something. I don't know. But, Mama walks around in her bra a lot. She smokes like a stack. And there was something about she was even trying to breastfeed the baby at 84 years old.
Isn't that? I say, ow, no biting. And the whole family runs in. Sees what I'm doing. And the grandfather starts to dry heave.
It's too funny. It is too funny. Now,
oh my word!
Now, so is there anything that the producers have asked you to do that was just too much that you had to say no?
What more they could ask me to do? I'm sitting on the toilet in one show, and the grandfather's in the bathroom. He said, "You better get out before his wife comes in." I said, "Listen, at takes as long as it takes.
I love it. Now, do you...
I don't even question. I just hop on the toilet or do whatever I'm supposed to do.
You just do as you're told, I guess. Now, do you actually... Do you watch the shows when they're on? Do you watch yourself?
Well, I try to, but you have no idea the things that come in the way.
Right.
Absolutely.
Isn't that fun?
Oh my God. There's a lot. There's a little bit more to that, right?
There's more, but it yeah, I didn't think it made sense.
Yeah.
There was some awkward stuff, but yeah,
There was, because she was very much ready to get rid of us at a
Yeah.
certain point.
Well, then I started talking about, because she smokes all the time in that show. Her
Yeah.
character was smoking all the time, and I asked her about that, and she was talking about how she hated smoking, and it weren't even real cigarettes and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then she just really wanted to get out of there. But she was really entertaining herself, I think. I mean, she was laughing her fucking ass off the whole time.
It was one of the craziest interviews that we had
fun.
ever done.
You know,
on the show.
that one really stands out for me. Obviously, Lisa Lampanelli, the comedian,
she
was on a couple times. Wanda Sykes was on a couple times.
Yeah.
The Asian comedian,
Margaret Cho.
Margaret Cho was on a couple times. She was so funny.
Yeah.
And then the other one that I really, really got a kick out of, because I grew up with her, was Linda Carter, when we did that interview.
And she was a local, basically, when we were doing the show.
Right. And we were supposed to do 10 or 15 minutes with her, and she ended up talking to us for like an hour.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Yeah. Maybe we'll play that someday.
Yeah. Maybe we should go back and get these old episodes and make some bonus episodes for people to put out.
If I can find them.
Yeah.
We'll try.
That's the hard part, because they're so old.
Right. I mean, I'm like 8 computers since then.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, we've been right in the middle of a winter storm. We had what, 4 inches yesterday?
No.
Yeah, I think
we had about 2.
I like to exaggerate. You know, I have a 9-inch dick. You know,
the best part about it is that we had all this snow, because I can't stand it.
Yeah.
And it rained all night last night, and then I woke up and it was all gone.
All gone. Completely gone. That's why I say that 35 degrees with rain and wind sucks balls. If it's going to be 35 degrees, it might as well be 32, and let's have some snow, right?
I mean, the Northeast is one of the most populous corridors in this whole country, and why?
I don't know.
Who the hell wants to live here? What have we done?
We don't live in the Northeast. We live in the Mid-Atlantic. We're right in the middle.
Oh, that's true.
Right in the middle. Anyway, we're supposed to get some snow tonight. The temperature is dropping fast.
I meant to tell you this. I believe I thought it was sleeting as we were coming in earlier before the show.
It might be. Well, we'll find out. That groundhog's not going to see his shadow.
No. Well, that's a good thing.
All right, we need to get out of here. I got to pee, and I need another drink.
Listen, guys, you got to check out the Binge Bum podcast. It's out this Friday, episode 5. Make sure you subscribe to it. And if you could leave us a review, especially if you're listened to on Apple Podcast app or iTunes, we'd really appreciate if you just take 10 seconds to leave us a review. But only if you like the show. Same goes.
If you don't, just
shut
go
up.
away.
Yeah,
Shut
go
the hell up.
away. Same with Swish Edition. Leave us a review, but only if you like it.
Yes.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
This, my friends, is the Swish Edition.